Hello again, my friends, and you are my friends. Welcome back to your halftime show. Town lead in the first half for the first time in a long, long time. We put to bed, surely. In my opinion, I'll get some of your opinion in just a second. First of all, get some of our viewers' opinions. The Cruncher said this game should be put to bed. Absolutely agree. Ryan Cartwright, excellent for the first 20 minutes. Mike D, without bounds, we're back to Powder Puff FC. Yeah, we were a bit powder puff before, let's be honest. Thomas Ebeling, same old Ipswich, can't smell blood when we need to. Mike Brown, Hull, we only won the best first half I've seen in a while. Look, do you remember when you used to watch the old soccer raid back in the day or the match day highlights back in the day and you see the third tier and you'd go, awful defending, awful defending, awful defending. It's like that today. Every time the ball hits the 6-yard box, either team could score, Ben. Either team.
Yeah, I know. I mean, down there, their left wing, from a player that had the worst 20 minutes of any professional player I've ever seen, is suddenly whipping in balls, and we look vulnerable. And I'll tell you what, if it wasn't for Kenlock, bailing out Wilson the whole game, I don't know where we'd be. That guy has been immense. And obviously, first 20 minutes was the best 20 minutes of football we've seen all season. Really good to see it. Yes, we should have put it to bed. Such a shame that Downs went off. I think Paul Cook is getting a crash course in Ipswich Town injuries with Norwood and now Downs. How long that might be, we don't know. But we're 1-0 up. We're playing well. Toto's playing really well, I think. Kennock's playing really well. Be a really interesting second half.
That first 20 minutes, Coxy, we really needed to put our foot on their throat, didn't we? Because there was blood in the water.
Absolutely, yeah. We were well on top there. Respect to Troy Parrott for seizing on that for that goal. We really needed him to score. So now he's got that, elephant or monkey off his back. Yeah, but yeah, 20 minutes we were good. Dizelle and Downs were looking good in the middle there. Yeah, it's all go well. The only thing you said should be at least 3-0 up after that 20 minutes, really. And that's
third tier finishing though. Third tier finishing. Do you know what I mean?
Third tier Ipswich Town finishing, yeah.
Jackson's 1-on-1 with the keeper, Ben. He's got to score. You've got to put your name in that newspaper. You've got to.
I know. I think he's been watching Norwood too much, hasn't he? Just one-on-ones. We just don't do it. And I think someone read on there we need to replace Parrott. Okay, with who? What, Drinnan? Lancaster with all their goals?
Need to replace Parrott, really?
Yeah, I know.
I think Parrott did really well in that first half. And that goal, he passed the Marlon Harewood test. Because that could have been in 10 years' time a Statman tweet of, do you remember Troy Parrott? And he misses the target from that sort of... Because I've seen people miss those chances. He took it well, scored, done his job. We all wanted a goal from him, and we've got it. I think he's working really hard in that first half. The only thing you could do, I suppose, is move Bishop further forward. But then you're bringing on Cole Skuse, and I'd never do that. So that's not going to happen in my world, ever. In fact, I was nearly crying when Brenner said, Cole Skuse is warming up. I was nearly in tears.
I think you'll get my £50 from Cruncher.
So Ben's in for 50 quid off Cruncher if he sticks one in.
Yeah, happy days.
I'm your witness for that, Ben. I'm your witness for that, mate.
We all are. It's in the chat. It's in the chat log.
Absolutely. Yeah, clip that one. Yeah.
It's logged in. Who was our best performer in that first half for you? I'll ask Ben first. Cox, have a think about that. Who was our best performer?
For me, I mean, the obvious one is Downs when he was on because he was just fantastic, working really well in the midfield. But for me, it's got to be Kenlock for the pure fact that guy is both working as a fullback and a central midfielder. That guy has bailed us out, and a few times have actually penetrated this half. And he wouldn't be the obvious one, but he's doing all the right things, and he's actually doing other people's jobs as well. And he is bailing out his central defenders. So for me, just on the effectiveness, it's got to be Kenlock.
Coxy?
Yeah, I'll agree with that statement. Yeah, I would have given it to Downs before we went off. But Kenlock's the man. He's bombing forward. He's bailing. They say the two guys in the middle out of the brown sticky stuff at times. Yeah, I'll go. Yeah. But it's a fairly good team performance. So yeah, fair enough. We got the early goal, and quote from one of my favourite films. Poke them with a stick and watch their bollocks grow. Get an early goal. Watch our confidence grow.
What film is that?
Snatch. You ever seen Snatch?
I love Snatch. I don't remember that in there. There's so many lines you could have used in Snatch.
No, that's one of the brick top ones. He said, "Poke them with a stick or watch their bollocks grow."
Love Snatch. No, I love Snatch. I clip that up. It's a great film. Really good film. Harrison Smith, Parrott equaling Drinnan and Hawkins' goal record this season, albeit from less games. Quote, comment of the year. That if I was giving away merchandise for comments of the year, Harrison, you've won it. Because that is so true. ITFC Durrant, we have the goal from Parrott, but he also gives the ball away too many times, but he wastes it. Do you know what? Mike Reid in Snatch, Coxy, just underrated performance. Totally underrated. But anyway, we're getting off topic, but I love Mike Reid. Cruncher.
There's not so many good performances in that film, but yeah, Mike Reid was great in that. There's so many of them. Yeah,
without a doubt. Stephen Parry, with more training, we can only hope the shooting gets better. Michael Finch, seriously, why the F don't Holy come? Holy's really panicking me in that first half because how many times you watch Holy? How many times?
Yeah.
It's more worrying. No, it's worse than that. His first step is always on the move, and then he always stops and doesn't come. And as a defender, you notice movement behind you because you've got peripheral vision, and you're always worried. Where is he? And I don't know. He's worried.
Their danger is crosses. They're not running this in from midfield. It's crosses. A 6 foot, bloody 8 keeper should be all over crosses because that's the only place their danger's coming from, and he hasn't caught one of them yet, and that terrifies me. I say Kenlock bailed out Wilson. I would say he's bailed out Holy as well. I like the guy. He's a nice guy, but God, just catch a cross. I mean, surely that's lesson 1, 2, and 3 in the goalkeeper training school. Catch your crosses.
Always catch it. Yeah, it should be basics of keeping. Yeah.
Who needs to do better in the next 45 minutes for you? Then we've had the good stuff. Let's have the bad stuff. Now, who needs to do better for you? Who needs more? Coxy, kick us off this time. Don't ever think about it.
Yeah. Just to keep that segue going. Definitely Holy. Catch the bloody ball and think. But a bit hard, really, to say who else. Really, I mean, that's a fairly good team. It's a tough one. It's a good team performance, not brilliant.
I'll put one out there. Tell me what you think. Jackson. Okay, the one-on-one. Okay, fair enough. You either score them or you don't. And if you play for Ipswich, you clearly don't. Yeah. But I think with his, we played a really high pressing game and he was in the middle of all of it. For me, Jackson's got to do better. He's not, I don't think he's a number 9 and he'll never be a number 9. But with the pace he's got, if he is our striker, he doesn't look like a striker. He looks like a centre forward to me, playing in a striker's role. I'd like to see a couple of shots from Jackson, turn and twist, shoot at the target. That's who I would like to see go up a level in the second half, because I think that's the only place the goal is going to come from, unless it's a set piece. But come on, Caden, this is your chance today. This is Paul Cook's looking at you. Do better.
Yeah, all right, I'll kick it.
Where was our striker to finish one-on-ones?
He needs to finish that. Yeah,
all the strikers do. I mean, Norwood, they all fall short of the one-on-ones, don't they?
That's how you get your move to Huddersfield or Bournemouth or whoever they, in the summer was after Caden. That's how you earn it, because your chances this year have been limited. So you've got to take them. Dave,
there you go. We've got one from a Facebook user here. We should be playing Drinnan as opposed to Parrott, and hopefully that will happen in the next few games.
I'm not reading that.
Based on what exactly?
It's probably Drinnan's mum. That's why he's
Mrs. Drinnan. Yeah, Mrs. Drinnan, get off. We know you're proud.
Craig, we need to press them like we did first 2 minutes. They haven't mistaken them. Yes, they were struggling down their left side like you wouldn't believe. It was. I think Brenner will sometimes get bad criticism, but I agree with him. It was really bad to watch. Like, it was. You felt bad for them in the end, because every time their left back got the ball, he gave it away. And you're just like, come on, son, sort yourself out. You're obviously better than this. And I don't know if because they're not there, what the dugout were telling them. But I'd be saying, calm yourself down. Neil Emsden, shoot on sight, need more of it. That's our problem. Nobody takes responsibility. Who needs to do more for me? Cheers, Coxy. Teddy Bishop. I want to see a big 45 from Teddy.
Yeah, he didn't grow into the game, did he? The trouble is he's got to come off the back of who is probably the player of the half. And I think there's a big golfing quality between Downs and Bishop. I like Bishop. Nothing wrong with him at all. I think in the right game he's good, but he's got to fill them boots now. And Plymouth, they're going to come out with a bloody plan. And I'll tell you what, the happier manager at half time is going to be their manager, because to come under that kind of pressure and only be 1-0 down, they're going to be thinking they've got a chance in this. You know, that this is going to be fascinating this second half. They're going to come out the clappers.
Curtis Yates, a lot of hate for Drennan. Hate's a strong word, Curtis, and I wouldn't use it. But Parrott and Drennan both have the same amount of goals. Where does it come for Drennan? Well, Kurt, tell me how many games Aaron Drennan's been involved in, and then tell me how many games Troy Parrott's been involved in, and we'll talk. Chris,
but it's what Parrott does around him. Parrott made Norwood a better player. He brings and pulls play up to him. He runs at the ball. He's a good hold-up player. He does other things than scoring the goals. And I would say him working with Norwood, all of a sudden Norwood started scoring. So in that way, he's good. When Drennan comes on, I don't feel he does that. I hope he does. It'd be great to have if he comes on form, fantastic. But he ain't doing it.
I don't think anyone will sit on this show or an Ipswich Town show and willingly want a player to not do well. Like,
of course.
I've said I'll do a show in my underpants if Drennan turns into a Kiefer Moore. Like, I'd love that. You guys wouldn't love that, but I'd love it. And we want him to do well. We want him to do well. Tell me how many games Parrott played for Millwall. That's the Championship, Kurt. That's not League One. That's the Championship. Do you know what I mean? It's like comparing how many goals Messi scored to Cristiano Ronaldo in different leagues. It don't matter. It's what they do in the same division that really matters. Facebook user, you might see Skews now that Dan is injured. Maybe not today, but Tuesday. Yes. I did find it interesting, didn't you, Ben, that Skews wasn't given the nod?
I do. I think it was more of a like that he wanted to do as close to a like for like as possible. Excuse hasn't played in so long, and we're winning. They were just starting to come back in the game. What you don't do is you stick an older player on who is not match fit and who hasn't played in a season. It's just too much of a risk. So I think he went as close to a like for like as was humanly possible, which is Bishop, and I think that is the right call.
I think Cruncher's been on the sauce a bit earlier today because he's now claimed he's a better footballer than Drennan. Well, certainly got a more footballing brain than Drennan. Crunch, have you been on the sauce early today, mate? Have you? You're making big checks that I'm not sure you can cash. Alfie Darren, I bet Parrott is a great guy, but in his role, he cannot give many chances like he does away. He needs to be better on the ball.
God, imagine if he hadn't scored, what people would be saying.
I feel sorry for him. I've been his biggest critic, I felt, but obviously not. Craig Mears, I think it's hard to criticise any striker in our team. We simply do not create enough chances. I tell you who I do want to pick up on today so far, Andre Dazelle. I've been really impressed with Andre today. He's wanted the ball. He's looked brave. He's took responsibility, and he's made things happen.
He is, and he's also coming back in defence as well. He's actually going 20 yards either side of the the centre circle. He is, and we criticised him before the show. And we said he needs games, and he is imposing himself better on the game. And I think even when Downs went off, I thought he actually continued that as well. And it goes to show, this is that argument of why that first 20 minutes is like a different team. It's like a championship team. We were, comparatively, we were playing like high press, bang, 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 quick passes. Andre works really well in a team like that, and it brought out the best in him. So. Fair play, Andre. Do it in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. If this is what Paul Cook ball's all about for Andre, this is great because this is the best I've seen him all year. Now go and cap it off with something special, be it a free kick, goal, a chance that someone converts. Because sadly, for midfielders like Andre, when you create chances that they don't score, nobody notices, nobody cares. It's the ones
no one cares about the penetrating pass that goes through four of their back line, but doesn't go to anyone. You're absolutely right.
Absolutely. So I want to see something that's a little bit special from you now, Andre, because I've been impressed in that first 45. Well, they're back out. So, they're out early. They are out early. We're back at full time where you guys and girls can get involved. Curtis, come on the show. Debate Drennan with me. I'd absolutely love that. I love a good Drennan debate. We'll discuss Paul Cook, all manner of things. Hopefully, Coxy will return. But we'll see you all at full time. Live link in the chat. See you then. Love with care.